I think one of the great things that happened for this country was in the last week, seeing Fani Willis actually testify in that case, Sean. There, the American public was able to see bare. These are the people who are actually pursuing these cases against Donald Trump.
That's Vivek Ramaswamy going scorched earth on the Fani Willis case after potentially damning text messages about her relationship were deemed inadmissible in court. Don't worry though, Fani assured us all that Nathan Wade only sent her lovely sermons.
But they wouldn't be substantive to this. He sent me very nice sermons that have been done.
Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish. Today we're going to take a few minutes to break down a clip of Vivek Ramaswamy commenting on the Fani Willis case. Now, it should come as no surprise that Vivek has been pretty vocal about the circus this thing has turned into. Here he is on X. The Fani Willis testimony last week allowed ordinary Americans to see with their own eyes what they could have never imagined about our justice system. If these are the kind of crap prosecutors attempting to take down a former US president, imagine what the system can do to you. He's absolutely correct about this. I mean, what we've been seeing happen to Trump lately has been eye-opening. Nearly all of these cases have been run by politically motivated narcissists.
Yeah, so you show me the man, I'll show you the crime. That was a famous saying from Stalin's chief of police. That's how the prosecutorial system is now working against Donald Trump today. This isn't the American dream, this is the American nightmare. And this is not even about Donald Trump. It's about every other American at home who's now at risk of prosecutorial abuse as well. These are not the people that our founding fathers envisioned should be in charge of, let alone prosecuting a former president of the United States and somebody who's running for president of the United States. They're rolling over in their graves. We're supposed to be a country where, regardless of your skin color, and yes, regardless of your political belief, there is one standard of the rule of law in the United States of America.
The behavior of these people has been astounding, and it's because they think they can get away with it. They're overly righteous and smug until they get caught, then they play the victim and become belligerent like Fani Willis.
A few funny things about this. First of all, you got to love the fact that this admission came on, of course, a Friday afternoon before a weekend. No better way for somebody to know that they're trying to bury the news than to just drop it quietly on a Friday afternoon. Second thing, and I just got to observe this, is that no doubt that if Fani Willis were the man and the other appointed attorney were the woman, there would be a far greater specter of concern here than somehow if it's the woman that's actually on top in the hierarchy. But put that one to one side. The funniest thing about this is that her alleged defense, or the reason why this shouldn't affect the trial, is that the relationship only began after she had actually made the appointment for the prosecution. Now, if you think about this, that's actually backwards. I mean, it's bad either way. But the reality is, suppose the relationship did begin after this prosecution had already begun and the appointment to the case had begun. That creates more of an appearance of applying pressure using personal dimensions to achieve a particular goal. So I don't know why that specific sanctimonious statement that she issued today, saying that it only began afterwards, is at all relevant to actually whether or not this prosecution is being fairly and procedurally correctly handled and carried out. And if you imagine if this were a Democrat president defendant with a Republican prosecutor who had an inappropriate affair, say it was a man with a subordinate woman, putting pressure in the middle of a case, using a personal sexual relationship to do it, there's no doubt that everybody would have this tossed out on those merits. Well, you know what? If we really have one standard of the rule of law, the same rules should apply the other way as well.
The left certainly agrees with Vivek about a double standard. They just think that the double standard is in the opposite direction. Now, we've already shown how eager Joy Reid and MSNBC were to shout hypocrisy and play the race card on the Fani Willis case. But here's the former Chief Assistant District Attorney of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office calling efforts to remove Fani really appalling, and adding that it irritates her because it's a ridiculous double standard for strong women and women of color. Her reasoning for this, you guessed it, E. Jean Carroll, because those two things are totally the same. You know, it's almost like the left is being willfully ignorant on this issue. But let me know what you think. Do you think there's a double standard at play here? Should Fani's text messages be admissible? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!